Puck loose to the corner, and Ferraro has it. And now we got a fight here in front of the net. Stone and Hurdle. Two guys that don't do this much at all.
I wonder if this stem. Hurdle is down behind the play.
Pretty good job of holding each other off right now. Hurdle flailed and missed with a right, and they'll step in to separate those two.
Well, Stone, one of the team leaders, his second fight of the year. Fought Justin Falk earlier this year from St. Louis. And then Hurdle went after him in front. Well, the two players dropped the glove. And Golden Knights certainly don't want Stone dropping him, but Hurdle sticking up for his teammate.
Yeah, Stone caught Meyer pretty good. Mark Stone, his 5th career fight, his 4th with Vegas. William Karlsson charging in, looking for more, trying to feed it off to Smith. They'll shovel it in a little further. Denishoff trying to fend off William Karlsson. And now we've got Marchessault and Couture. Two more unlikely candidates dropping the gloves. Couture with a couple of rights inside on Marchessault, and they both go down to the ice.
I don't know if either coach is loving the combatants they're seeing tonight, but
Golden Knights, the 2nd of his career, as he dropped the gloves with the Sharks captain, Logan Couture.
Just in time for today's game. Walker dealing with Kyrou. And Kyrou turns the corner. Meanwhile, well behind the play, there's a wrestling match going on between Krug and the King. They got the number on it, and it's Athanasiou.
Andreas showing that he can throw the punches with the rights right there. Krug is, of course, lower center of gravity, but it may seem odd, but Athanasiou's skating ability might help him in this area, because when you have that type of balance, and Athanasiou's been trying to throw the harder punches. We'll see what happens at the end. It's more of a wrestling match right now. I have to give these lightweights or middleweights, that's a pretty good scrap. I mean, that's, when he did drop the gloves, he wasn't looking. Push and shove there. Double team. I think Krug probably gives a little bit back there, and that's why, yeah. That's why both guys, but when the gloves did come off.
47, LA number 22, 5 minutes each for fighting.
Yep, so it is 5 minutes each for fighting. Andreas, watch it. When he gets free, he's going to try and throw some big bombs. Some uppercuts too, so just something to have in the back of your mind to know that when it has to happen, he can handle himself pretty well.
That's been a big area of concern for fans, especially with Curtis McDermott essentially as the team's 7th defenseman now. And
Justin Hall has dropped the gloves along with Matthew Tkachuk. It was just a little bit too delayed. He dropped the gloves, and Tkachuk
will get going.
Hall figured that it wasn't going to happen, started to put the gloves back on, but they're off and running now. I thought Hall might have got a roughing with Valimaki. He didn't, but he'll be going to the penalty box now with Matthew Tkachuk. There was the challenge from Tkachuk. Challenge accepted. Then he figured Tkachuk had veered away.
Had people asking me if I was going to be able to say that tonight. I said, well, I hope so. Well, thank you.
Lindblom and Wahlstrom have dropped the gloves here. And it was initiated by Oscar Lindblom. Wahlstrom ducks under a hit. And these two trying to throw some punches. Nothing really landing so far. And Wahlstrom answered with a left hand at the end.
And then the two of them just go at it. I don't think anybody landed anything serious, Brendan, and a pretty good tussle. That tires the heck out of you.
Fight after the whistle between Wagner and Kolesar.
Wagner has the helmet knocked off, so he's at a disadvantage right now as far as where the punches can land. Kolesar trying to go with the grab hand. Uppercuts now. Looks like Austin goes down to one knee there. So you see the scrap again. The way it ended, you know, was unusual to me as far as I saw there was a right there, midsection, right? That's where it was. You rarely see that.
Lizotte comes in for the Kings, slides it deep against Vlasic, and then Lizotte loses an edge. Thankfully pops up, and here goes McDermott and Gabriel. They are going to do the dance after all.
Right away, Gabriel talking to him in warm-ups even.
McDermott getting the right arm free, coming over the top, and then he throws a left jab. Gabriel's helmet comes off, and that puts him at a disadvantage. He hasn't been able to land a punch yet on big Curtis McDermott, and now the linesmen get in the way, and that'll be the end of that.
Greenway dumps it in for Minnesota. And we got a fight behind the play. Cramarosa and Jones have dropped the gloves. Cramarosa made a physical impact when he came into the Wild lineup in Denver. He's willing to play the body. Here he drops the gloves. This is a pretty good bout between these two guys.
Yeah, two big boys, and the guy that fights the most on the NI team is Delory. He had 14 last year. You see both of them, they're just giving each other a cross-check, and then they go at it.
Determined and officially figured if NHL players will take part in the next Olympics. Here's a heavy hit delivered by Soucy as he flattens Terry at center ice, and Getzlaf will drop the gloves with Soucy.
This is something that Getzlaf does a lot of, so you want to make sure that Soucy holds his own here.
Soucy, who was suspended last week after a high hit, delivered quite a hit to Terry at center ice, and Getzlaf comes to the defense.
Getzlaf's right behind him, and he's going to go after him.
5 minutes for fighting and a 10-minute misconduct.
Ooh.
Oh, I love that call. That's the call it should have been. You know, that's the only thing that bothered me in today's hockey.
Grayevac took it off his skate, checked along the boards, and Koch gets the puck, slides it over the wing. We got a fight now. Stanley and McEwen have dropped the gloves.
Stanley is
6'7", Logan Stanley.
Oh, he's gigantic.
McEwen's had a fight with the Jets this year. That was with Derek Forbert after the run-in with Nils Höglander the game previous. And down they go after McEwen had lost his helmet.
Here's the hit. Stanley and McEwen. Okay, let's go. Boy, not much of a incident to create this. Aaron has that one get away from him. The Flyers steal it. Raffle trying to go cross ice. Knocked down. Myers will whip it in. Ovechkin-Bell and Brendan Smith drop the gloves. They're going to go. Or at least one player's dropped the gloves. Ovechkin-Bell still had his gloves on as they go to the corner. Smith can throw them. And down they go as Ovechkin-Bell does land on top. He did not have his gloves. In fact, just then, as he's getting up, got rid of his right glove. But it's a scrap.
Fight here after leading 2-0. Aubé-Kubel going to the net. There's Brendan Smith with a cross check to the back. Aubé-Kubel sticking up for himself. Smith quickly gets his gloves off.
How is that not cross check?
And aggressively goes after him. And then Aubé-Kubel, strong as an ox, is able to wrestle down. It's interesting, right? He looks like he's got the frame to play right away. He's a big, solid, strong kid. You understand why he was picked so high.
Sam Morin. Oh, no. Sam Morin starts throwing on Lemieux before he was actually squared away, as Sam has been looking for a dance partner all night long and saw that there were less than 90 seconds to go and said, I'm going to dance. And he did go after a guy, and Brendan Lemieux will drop the gloves. He started throwing pretty quickly.
Lemieux was clearly ready for it. Right here, Sam gives him a shot, and then Lemieux's taking his gloves off at the same time. Sam waited till he got him off before he punched him in the side of the head. No harm done.
It's easy for you to say. No harm done.
That's why they make the helmet. Oh, it's one way to remove it, though, isn't it?
They're just about set for hockey. Top guns for St. Louis. Braden Shen centering Schwartz and Tarasenko. And right off the draw, Shen and Hartman drop the gloves.
Well, here's two clubs that have been waiting all year to go head-to-head. They'll meet 8 of the last 25, 7 in the last 18.
And Hartman trying to get his guys going right off the bat, making sure that his bench knows, hey, we're here to play. Schenn, the Blues struggling, coming off a game where they got beat badly by Vegas, wants to show his team what's up. So they go right off the face of him. You see Hartman with a little chat. Hey, you want to do this? Let's go. Let's go.
Lost it to Bukestad. Bukestad's then run face first into the wall. That draws some attention from the Wild bench, and Sturm drops the gloves with Sanford. The Wild bench took exception. Sanford delivers an extra blow here after Sturm's on the ice, but Bukestad went face first into the wall, and Nico Sturm, the rookie, quickly jumps to his defense.
But here's the hit as they go into the wall. Bukestad stops. It's a dangerous look going into that one, but good job on Sturm to run in there against Sanford.
But I don't know. I'm not sure why that's not a call. Bukestad, it's not like Bukestad turned his back. And Sanford.
Now Carpenter and a get-together on the boards. Some contact, and then Carpenter a couple of short right hands against Weegar. Now Carpenter takes over at the end. Mackenzie Weegar went at it with Ryan Carpenter, and Weegar finished second in that one.
Carpenter put on Luosterainen and drops his gloves, and yeah, Pat, he did get 2 for instigating. You get 5 for fighting, and a 10-minute misconduct comes with it. And Darby says you want to go, and got a right in there, and Weegar hit the deck.
Elevated, and we're going to get a fight. It's going to be Schenn and Alexiak. Alexiak's lost his helmet.
Schenn got the first left in. Lefts from the big rig.
5, 6, 7. Now Schenn, they're just trading lefts.
I don't think Schenn's got long enough arms to combat that.
I don't know, too many people that do, and Alexiak shakes off that left hand as they break up.
There's had some good stuff going on offensively, and then repeatedly, Schenn threw some lefts himself late, but they were landing about 5 inches short of the big rig's head.